السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعزائنا طلاب المرحلة الثانية كلية الطب. محاضرة اليوم the larynx, which is a respiratory organ. It lies in the respiratory tract between the pharynx and the trachea. It lies below the hyoid bone in the midline of the neck, where the laryngeal prominence lies. Here you can see in this slide the laryngeal prominence, this one, which is called the Adam's apple also, the most obvious part in front of the neck. The larynx projects backwards into the laryngeal part of the pharynx, where the inlet of the larynx is situated here. The inlet of the larynx. The larynx becomes continuous with the trachea at the level of C6 vertebrae. Generally it lies between C3 and C6. Here you can see the level of the larynx according to the cervical vertebrae. This is the relation of the larynx anteriorly and anterolaterally. You can see we have the skin and fascia, platysma. Platysma is a layer of muscle which lies in the superficial fascia. Not in the deep fascia, around the neck, surrounded the neck. And also we have the investing layer of deep cervical fascia and pretracheal layer of deep cervical fascia. In the next slide we will see the fascial sheath of the larynx, of the neck, sorry. Also anterolateral relation, we have number of muscles: sternocleidomastoid muscle, sternohyoid, sternothyroid, thyrohyoid and omohyoid muscles. Laterally we have the thyroid gland, carotid sheath. Superiorly we have the hyoid bone, and we mentioned before, and posteriorly we have the laryngopharynx. Here in this sagittal section you can see the red line here, which is the investing layer of the neck. Deep to it we have muscles which lies in front, and here, which is the blue color, is the pretracheal fascia. Encircle this fascia, also encircle the thyroid gland. Posteriorly we have this part of the pharynx, which is called sometimes hypopharynx, the last part of the pharynx before the starting of the esophagus, and here we have the starting of the trachea. Anterior view of, you can see also the larynx. Here this is the laryngeal prominence or Adam's apple. Here this is the thyroid cartilage, and here we have the cricoid cartilage, and this part is the all of this is the larynx. Here you can see the thyroid gland. This is the lobes of the thyroid gland, and this is the isthmus of the thyroid gland. Again, this is the muscles which lies or related anteriorly or anterolaterally to the larynx. This one is the superior belly of omohyoid and sternohyoid. Also we have sternothyroid and thyrohyoid muscle. This one is really one of the muscles of the pharynx. Sternocleidomastoid, a muscle projected from here downward to the clavicle and the sternum. In this transverse section of the neck you can see this is the trachea, esophagus, and this is the thyroid gland, encircled by the blue line, which is the pretracheal fascia, and this one is the superficial or what's called investing layer of cervical fascia. This is the platysma. Muscle lies in front of the superficial fascia, and these are the muscles, or it is called strap muscles. We discussed this before. in previous lectures with the neck region, strap muscles which form anterior relation of the and lateral relation of the larynx. Sorry. The larynx, or the skeleton of the larynx, consists of cartilage, joints, ligaments, and membranes. There are 3 single cartilages, which are the thyroid cartilage, cricoid cartilage, and epiglottis. This is the thyroid cartilage, and this is the cricoid cartilage, and this is the epiglottis. And also we have 3 pairs of cartilages, which is the arytenoid, this one, and corniculates, this one, and cuneiforms, these 2.